I'm going to show you how I saved $5,000 on grocery alone last year. I live in Canada, but no matter where you lived in the world, you probably noticed your grocery prices skyrocket over the last few years. So it doesn't mean because the prices are going higher that you need to spend more. You just need to be mindful and think and implement some habits in order to save big bucks. We really need to be wise with our money and how we are spending it because inflation is crazy. Everybody's struggling. I know I am, and if you're watching this video, you probably are too. So let's be wise with our money and let's keep our money in our pockets. Just like anything you want to accomplish in your life, you need a plan, you need a strategy. In this case, you're trying to save money. That won't happen just like this because these companies spend millions of dollars on advertisement, right? On marketing. You think you have enough willpower to enter the grocery store without picking, and fighting these millions of dollars that were invested in the product packaging? I don't think so. You need to have a game plan to be more efficient with your resources. In this case, your resource is your money, right? You want to save money on your groceries. So you need a game plan, you need a list. You can do it on your phone or on a piece of paper. You need to do a list, whether you like doing one or not. You can't do anything without having a game plan. You need a strategy. The same thing when it comes to saving money on your grocery bill. You need to make a list. What I personally like to do is I like to plan my meals ahead of time. And then right beside it, I write down all the ingredients that it's gonna take me to do that meal. This way, I'm not buying more than what I need. I'm also wasting way less food. And when I go in the grocery store, I know exactly what I need. I'm not gonna be grabbing some items that I probably don't need and probably won't use for a very, very long time. You're also going to want to scan your pantry. So if you're missing any basic supplies such as flour, eggs, all that jazz, because you don't want to have to return to the grocery store in the next week or two, depending how often you go to the grocery store. But let's be honest, every time we step foot in a grocery store, chances are that we will grab a few more items that we didn't necessarily go into the store for. So for example, you need onions and bananas. Chances are you're gonna walk a few more aisle and you grab some stuff that you didn't really need. I know it might seem small and I know it might seem like, oh, okay, well, this is common sense. But when we're not thinking about it, when we are not being mindful of it, these $5, $10 quickly slip away from our pockets. The other thing that you're gonna want to do is to shop the sale. This is obvious, but at the same time it isn't, and I'm gonna explain you why. You need to recognize what is on sale and what isn't. Sometimes, we see the red sticker and we automatically think, wow, I'm getting a deal. But that's not necessarily true. The mistake I did multiple times is buying something just because it's on sale. So it's not an item I use in my kitchen or to prepare my meals, but I'm like, it's on special, let me grab it. And then I end up not liking the item or the product and I wasted that. And then I need to rebuy the product I originally wanted. So I'm literally doing the complete opposite of saving. I'm spending more money because I was shopping the sales. We want to make sure that the products that we are buying that are on sale, we're actually going to use them, or they can be interchangeable and we can switch it up to compensate for another item. We are in the storage room. This is why the lighting is not the best. Please excuse me on that front. But basically what I do, for example, so this strained tomato, organic strained tomato, is usually like $3 or $4. I'm not paying for that. So when I go to the store and it is on special with $2 off, I stock up. I have like 5 bottles because I'm gonna use it for pasta, for many dishes. It's not gonna go to waste. So that's really how I organize my stuff. You might have less space and less storage to do so. If you have the space, you can totally do that. You can buy more. If you have less space and live in a smaller apartment, do what you can, right? Don't go out and buy, 10 bottles or 10 items of a specific product. but I am sure that you can buy 1 or 2 extra so the next time you go, you don't need to buy one. The other thing you want to make sure that you're doing is buying in bulk when possible. This is where we personally save the most of our money, and this is where you can really save the big bucks. For my non-Muslim viewers, I want to add a little bit of context. So we Muslims, we only eat halal meat. So what does this mean? It's basically a particular way of butchering the animal. And we can't commonly find halal meat in the big stores. So we have specialty butchers where we go and buy some meat from. However, it was costing us a fortune. I'm all for supporting local. I do buy, my garlic at my neighbors, my eggs, produce, and all of this, and I'm all for supporting local. But we were spending almost $3,000 more by going to these local shops on meat alone rather than going at Costco. So basically at Costco, you buy the meat in these big boxes. So they're not individually packaged. They all come in this big box. And what we do is we separate them. What we do is we go and buy our meat every 2 to 3 months. We portion it and then we freeze it. So we don't need to go constantly to the butcher shop and buy the expensive meat. Now, I'm not sure if that's the same for non-halal meat, but I'm pretty sure that you will save the big bucks going to Costco or buying in bulk, whether that be your local shop or just a regular grocery store. The more you buy, the cheaper it is for you. That's just simple economics. And this goes for anything, right? For beans, for anything that doesn't perish. Buying in bulk is the best way to save money. We often buy what we don't actually need. For example, we buy snacks, a lot of snacks that we don't actually need. I see people buying 3 different types of drinks. I'm not sure how long that's going to last them, but that's insane. Literally, all you need is water. You can have one, a can or 2 as a special treat. But drinks don't bring you any nutritious value. Same with snacks, right? Depends what it is, if you have small kids and all of this. But just eat more at mealtime, eat more at breakfast, eat more at lunchtime, eat more at dinner. Not only is this more cost efficient, but it's also healthier, because a lot of snacks don't contain good ingredients. So when you're eating, just eat a little bit more than what you would normally do to avoid snacking throughout the day. I really want you to think about it in terms of nourishment. Is this going to help me feel full? Is this going to nourish and fuel my body properly? A drink is not going to do that, right? No matter what you want to tell yourself, that's not going to happen. Now, if we think about protein, is buying more protein going to help me be healthier and live, a healthy life, not being hungry after 2 hours? Yes. So you should spend your money on that rather than snacks, desserts, chips, and drinks, or whatever you guys buy. I also want to add that the less processed an item is, the cheaper it tends to be. So for example, at the grocery store, you often see some cut up fruits. That's not the way to save money. Buy your own fruits and cut it up yourself. If you can't buy a whole watermelon because you're gonna waste half of it, I do understand on that front. Like a prepared salad, some cut up fruits, you can do that yourself. It will literally take 2 minutes out of your day and you'll save $2-3, if not more. You want to have popcorn, buy the kernels. Don't buy that big bag filled with air that is half full and pay $5-6 on it. Buy a bag of kernel and you're gonna have popcorn for a lot longer and cheaper. And now here's a bonus tip for all of those who made it to the end. Grow your own food. If you have the capacity, if you have the space to grow your own food, I say please do it. What are you waiting for? Even if you live in a small apartment and have a balcony, you can grow your own tomatoes. You can have some plants there. This is where I also saved most of my money last year, because for about 4 to 5 months, I didn't need to buy much produce. We had salad, we had cucumbers, we had beans, we had Brussels sprouts, even up until November. So until the first frost comes, there's a lot of vegetables that are still good in your garden, such as celery, Brussels sprouts, even salad if you do cover them properly. There's even some that taste sweeter, such as kale. So if you've never been a fan of kale, try planting them yourself. Wait until the frost and then taste them and then tell me what you think. I also made a lot of pesto, of sauces. We had about 40 to 50 butternut squashes. So we stored all of that in the cold room and it's still good. You know, onions, carrots, beets, squashes all last for those winter months. And this is why they grow later in the season. Because first of all, our body needs that type of nutrition. It needs root vegetables for the winter for us to stay warm and grounded. And also it stores very easily and doesn't go bad, such as like lettuce and tomatoes. I highly recommend you growing your own food. Not only is it super rewarding, but it helps you connect with the earth, with nature, with our own roots. I hope in this video that you saw that small mindsets, small habit shifts can save you so much money. When you are mindful, when you are intentional with how you think, the habits you implement in your routine, you can really save a lot of money and spend that money however you like it, not how big corporation dictates that you should. It's really the small decisions that do add up, so you won't see it automatically after going grocery shopping once. You're gonna see it over time, over some weeks, over some months, over some years. It's really the small mindset shift that's gonna have the biggest impact, right? Because we spend $2, $3 here, $2, $3 there, but at the end of the month, easily make up for $100, $200, $300 if we're not paying attention. Just like anything, it takes practice, and the more you practice, the better you're going to get at it. Thank you so much for watching until the end. Be sure to subscribe, like my video, and turn on the little notification bell to be notified for the next video dedicated to help you thrive and flourish in every aspect of your life. See you next time.